Okay. When the world is. Good grief. When the world is doing what the world is doing, you have a couple options. Um, you're gonna look like a freaking freak if you're label free. If you arrive um, knowing this about yourself from the very beginning, you can't seem to ascribe to specificity. You enjoy all of it and walk through all of it and allow the energy of it to enter the space, the body, the mind, the heart. Practice it, and you live it. And as time goes on, it changes and moves, but it isn't necessarily changing and moving as some sort of um, block of movement or a block that just changed. It's this constantly ever expanding into its new space. It's not even new. It's like if you were inside of yourself as a molecule that had been told nothing, and eventually you became this larger object that started to collect its story, what kind of food it ate, what kind of church it went to, who it was allowed to hang out with, who it wasn't allowed to hang out with. You know, all these things, they make up who you are. And we say this 1,000 times. For some reason, people still don't understand that. And they're ready to push the agenda to get you to understand their point. And what I've come to find out for myself specifically is that I'm okay with that. You wanna tell me what's right and what's wrong, then have at it. But end times or forever times, I need to stay focused on me and what has this body and mind aligning with its heart, and allowing the energy that perpetuates that to continue. I can't even dance around with heavier pictures than that. It doesn't come naturally to me. I am a positive person by nature. I just feel more often than not that everything's fine and it's going to be okay. I I don't really have the same types of capabilities that other people do, I guess, when it comes to attaching to certain stories. I mean, I don't even attach to my motherhood story the same way that other people attach to their motherhood story. I'm developing a child so that she can be sustainable on her own with her own thoughts and her own design, teaching her what I feel is our birthright the second we step foot on this planet. I'm not here to point fingers. I'm not here to say anybody's doing it right or wrong. I'm just telling you how I'm doing it. And this is how I'm doing it. I'm showing up every day, and I'm not here to recite some other guru, and I'm not here to tell you I'm filled with the Holy Spirit. Not here to tell you I believe in God or I don't believe in God. I'm here to tell you how I do what I do. I wake up every day. When I put my feet on the floor, I repeat to my brain the things that I want to start implementing in my life. I make the choice. I absolutely 100% choose to do it. I've decided that that's the method of how I'm going to be living my life. I've chosen this as the method for living my life. First 5 years, holy shit. That was like pulling teeth to get me to transform. The body was slow and it didn't want to catch up. It was like, ugh, I keep telling myself I'm not going to do this anymore, but my body shows up and does it. I'm like, oh my gosh, how does this happen? this physical world thing, it's an actual tangible touchable item, but it actually moves a lot slower than the thoughts in the mind. You can have a million realities bounced around in less than an hour, but I dare you to try and figure out all those million realities on the physical plane. It'd be impossible. You wouldn't be able to do it. You probably wouldn't even be able to accomplish 20 of your ideas in an hour, depending on how elaborate you actually got with your thinking. And I can get pretty elaborate. But imagination is key. That's the whole trick to knowing that you can create your life, is to begin wanting the desire to fill you each morning, to be an ultimate designer of your life and a creator of space, a manifester of truth. The truth that it's all one thing. And if you're not willing to bridge, if you're not willing to realize that because it is all one fabric of being, if you're not willing to comprehend that as a potentiality for, if nothing less, just understanding another person's perspective, saying, oh, you worked at this restaurant and you worked at this restaurant, you're both sisters, you're twins, in fact, you look so much alike, but these people affected you this way, and these are some of the behavioral traits that have happened to you, and these people affected you in these ways, and now you behave like this, and now you're both twins, and you both have certain behaviors that are exactly alike, or at least on the surface seem exactly alike, and you've even claimed them to us that they're exactly alike. But both of you can sit here and say to me that you've adopted traits and qualities and contagions and molecules and experiences and other forms of diversity from being in just those two separate environments. Same blood, same molecule, DNA, same brothers and sisters, same moms and dads. But just a hair of a difference in expression. I need to take it down. I got a little worked up. I noticed myself getting worked up, so I've decided to stop doing that right now. And I'm going to take a little cue from my friend Owen and speak it a little bit softer right now, because I noticed the heart rate was moving. And I wanted to be able to breathe my expression. I noticed that the thoughts started coming faster and faster, and I was able to just babble on and on and on. And now I'm executing my choice. And the choice for me is to be with me right here and right now. And that means I'm with you. So, together, right here, right now, let's just sit for a second. And let's just start imagining the things that we want to start implementing as active choices to expand our expression and learn the vast variety of ways to allow all of that to unfold. Now, this is going to require a lot of changes, and somehow we've got to teach our families how we're changing, so that while we're going through the changes, they're aware of it. But then the family members have to come to an agreement too, that they accept the changes, and they accept that you've forewarned them and given them an option to express themselves. Sometimes notebooks work, personal hand on eye to eye, mouth to mouth, that kind of sometimes is very difficult if you haven't practiced it. So sometimes writing feelings down first is a good way to start in communicating with another person about your innermost feelings and changes, or changes that you're choosing to implement, and how the beginning part of it is going to seem out of control or going off in some wild direction, but that you're working all of that out so that it doesn't continually show up repetitively. So together, you, me, us, we, one, I really, really feel like we got it. So thanks everybody for doing whatever it is that you've got to do to find that happiness, and just know that you're loved and we're one. Thanks a lot.